Well, recording. So today I've been asked to talk about what happens when you see a ghost. Or is it a ghost? And what's the difference between spirit visiting you and a ghost? The only thing I can do right now is tell you my story. So when I was 12 years old, my mom went to sleep and she went on to spirit. And it was only a day later that when I was in my bed sleeping, I woke up and there was my mom standing there. And I thought, Mom, what are you doing? You're here. I'm so happy. And my mom, though, didn't look like she usually looked. She was filled with a glowing light all around her. And this glowing light made me feel so safe. And at first I was a little bit scared, but then when I looked at her, I felt the soft love that she was bringing to me. And then she had words for me, but I didn't see her lips actually moving and telling me. But in my head, I heard her say, everything's going to be okay. And I remember many times waking up as a child having bad dreams. And it was the same feeling that I had when she would come and be with me after that bad dream. And pretty soon I was okay. And so it was the same feeling. And there was just sort of a quietness everywhere. Like I couldn't hear anything else. Even though we lived in town and sometimes you heard the train, I didn't hear anything. I just felt so peaceful and in her presence. And I knew her saying that everything would be okay. I just had to trust that. And so when I went to sleep, the next day when I woke up, she wasn't really there. And she had come to visit me in spirit. And so sometimes when you're having a visit by someone that you know, then you will feel and recognize the certain things that bring and come with them, like how you know them. And always you should be able to see their eyes. And if you just relax, then you will see more and more, feel more and more. And it will remind you exactly of them, whether it's a grandma, a grandpa, an uncle. And many of us are starting to see spirits. And they're coming to visit us to make us feel safe, protect us, and perhaps to bring a message for the rest of our family, because we're the ones that can see them. And somehow what that visit by my mom did for me was made me know that she never really went very far away. Even though I couldn't see her with my two eyes open, I could feel her. And that made me feel somehow different than having a complete loss of missing her with everything. So it's kind of strange and it's hard to know, but step by step you'll come to understand the difference. Because then if you have a bad dream, like I would have a bad dream, and these spirits would be chasing me in my dream, and they'd be dark, and sometimes the dark, even though I tried to look harder and harder at them, there was no light, there was no part that made me feel, oh, I'm okay, I'm safe. So everything has to be handled in that way, and it's important that you share with your parents, and the parents share with each other. And if you are a grown-up, then you should call somebody and just talk about it, because as you hear yourself talk about it, it makes it real and you work your way through it. And Of course, there's much more to learn, and today I'm only giving you a short little video on what is a good spirit and what is a bad spirit. A bad spirit won't come out of the darkness. A bad spirit, sometimes you see red eyes, sometimes, and you don't see their eyes, but if it's a good spirit, they'll show you their eyes, and their eyes look like my eyes right now. And the feeling you get is important. If it feels safe. And if you don't feel safe, then you can tell that spirit, you need to go away because I don't feel safe with you right now. And if it is a good spirit, they'll come back in a softer, gentler way because they're learning how to communicate with you, and they will respect your wishes. And the last thing I will share with you is the violet flame. And everybody knows violet, and if you know me, you know violet. I'm just getting this piece of paper, but this is violet. And if you see violet like a flame, a fire, and you see it and build it, then you say, burn, violet flame, burn, all around your room and between you and that spirit. And if that isn't a good spirit, it'll have to go away. But if it's a good spirit, it'll stay, and you can talk to them. And if you, again, say, I don't want to talk to you, you have to talk to my mom or my dad. You have to go talk to them first because I'm scared. Then you trust that. And that's the basics of what I can share with you today. There's a whole bunch more, but step by step. And there's always steps, and we're always learning. And so that's all for today. With love and light, Sherry Laine.